Hello friends, welcome to fresh new episode of Techie Tuesdays. I'm your host S. Ravi Kumar. Techie Tuesdays is a weekly show where I answer your tech and career related queries. So if you like my answers, then please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends, family and colleagues. Now let's get started with today's questions. Today's first question is by Rakesh. He's asking, what are the best full stack frameworks or tools for 2021? Rakesh, to some people, my answer might seems like biased one, but in my opinion, there is only one framework which is right now a complete full stack development framework. And that framework is .NET, as many people have expected. That framework is .NET or ASP.NET. The reason I'm saying that .NET or ASP.NET is the only full stack framework because others are basically just languages. If you talk about JavaScript or if you talk about C#, both C# and JavaScript are languages which are used for developing different kind of things. So if you talk about other JavaScript frameworks, like if you talk about Angular, if you talk about React, if you talk about React Native, these are all frameworks for, like React Native is for mobile app development, cross-platform mobile app development. React is for web development, or it's mostly used for front-end development or creating front-end UI. Similarly, Angular or Vue, both of these are front-end UI framework. And if you talk about Node.js, again Node.js is backend UI framework. I don't know of any framework like any sub framework of Node.js, or I don't know any uses of Node.js in creating front-end UI. So in a way, all these JavaScript based frameworks are basically either front-end frameworks or back-end frameworks. None of them are full stack framework. But when we talk about ASP.NET framework, it has both front-end as well as back-end capabilities. You can create web APIs or back-end services using ASP.NET Web API, and you can create front-end UI using ASP.NET MVC or Blazor, which is again based on ASP.NET. So in a way, you can say that ASP.NET is the only true full stack framework which gives you an option to create full stack application from backend to front end using only one language, that is C#, and it uses only one framework, that is .NET or .NET Core, I would say. Or you can also say .NET 5 or .NET 6, because both of these are the latest one. .NET 6 was recently released in preview, so the stable one is .NET 5. So you can say that .NET 5 and ASP.NET is the true full stack framework. Another thing I would like to correct you here is that frameworks and tools are two different things. So you can't ask the question like which is the best full stack framework or tools. You should ask that which is the best frameworks, which is the best full stack frameworks, and which is the best tools. So because in tools there are many things comes into tools, like you can say Visual Studio IDE is a tool, or Visual Studio Code is a tool, or any CI/CD pipeline creation tool is basically a tool. So tool is basically an application which you can use to do something, be it an IDE like Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code, or be it a frame like tool to create CI/CD pipelines or any other kind of doing any other kind of activities. So tool is basically a tool to do any activity, whereas framework is the one which is used to create any kind of application, be it full stack application, be it web application, be it desktop application. So as I said, in my opinion, the only framework right now which is best suited for doing full stack development is ASP.NET with .NET 5 or .NET 6 or .NET Core. Next question is also related to full stack development. Nowadays, everybody wants to become a full stack developer. So next question is from Lokeshwar. He's asking, which branch of engineering is best for being a full stack developer? Lokesh, any branch of engineering related to computer science, be it computer science, be it information technology, so any branch of engineering which teaches you computer related stuff is suitable for becoming a full stack developer. So if you do BTech in computer science, or if you do BTech in information technologies, or is there any branch called BTech in application development? If it is there, so that is also suitable for I would say full stack developer or becoming a full stack developer. Because all the computer related BTechs or all the computer science related BTech engineerings have all the subjects which are required to become a full stack developer except the latest framework. So if you say latest full stack framework, be it mean stack, be it MERN stack, be it .NET stack, those are not taught in engineering colleges right now as far as I know. But the rest of the things, be it databases, be it data structures, be it syntaxes, or be it programming logics, concepts, so all those things are taught in every engineering which is related to computer science. So if your target is to become a full stack developer, then do the engineering related to computer science, be it BTech in computer science or BTech in information technology. Next question is from Tushar Tiwari. He's asking, is it really that bad to start my career with 3.5 lakhs per annum in a good service-based company? Tushar, frankly speaking, no, it's not at all bad to start your career in a good service-based company. Be it the package of 3.5 lakhs or lesser than that. I have seen many good service-based companies offering packages less than this. So in my opinion, it's not good. Especially, I think you are saying it's really bad because you are comparing yourself with your class toppers or somebody else from your class who has been selected in a product based company with probably higher package. So in my opinion, if you think that 3.5 lakh is enough for handling your expenses and you get the opportunity to learn in this service based company and you get the opportunity to grow in this service based company, then I don't think it is less or bad at all. In my opinion, rather than comparing yourself with other people, you should focus on your long-term goals, that what do you want to become, where do you see yourself in next 10 years, how much salary, what particular roles and responsibilities or what particular kind of job you want to be doing in next 10 years, and then plan your career based on that. Maybe in your current service based company itself, you can talk to your seniors or your managers that what is the career growth plan in their company for you. You can see that what is the career growth plan for you in that company. You can talk to their senior and you can prepare yourself for that, and maybe you can get more salary also. So it all depends on how hard you work. It's not at all bad to earn this much salary. Some people are not even getting this much salary in a company. So you should be happy that you have got a good job as a fresher and you have got the opportunity to learn from a good service based company. Next question is from Anu. She's asking, what are the differences between Windows operating system, Mac operating system and Linux operating system? Which operating system is used by programmers and web developers and why? Anu, Windows and Mac operating systems are basically closed source operating systems, whereas Linux is an open source operating system. This is the biggest difference between these two and Linux operating system, that Windows operating system and Mac operating system, both of these are closed source operating system. By closed source, I mean that their source code is not available for anyone to read and tweak out. It is only available with Apple, or like in case of Windows, it is available with Microsoft. So like both of these are licensed operating system. You have to pay the license cost if you are using Windows operating system usually. And for Mac, the operating system is tied with the hardware. So in order to use the MacOS or Mac operating system, you must have a MacBook with you or like Mac computer with you. So Mac OS only works on Mac computers, whereas Windows OS works on any kind of computers. Even on Mac also Windows OS works, but you need to purchase the license of Windows operating system, be it Windows 10, be it Windows 8, or be it Windows Server. Whereas Linux is an open source operating system. So by open source means that the source code of Linux is widely available, and there are many versions or many variations of, or you can say many distributions. So like people call it a distribution, so many distros. So distribution, the short form for distribution is many distros of Linux, which are like Fedora or Red OS or Debian. Red OS? I don't know. Like so something Red Hat. Yeah, sorry, Fedora, Red Hat, Debian. So these are various distros of or distributions of Linux. So similar, it's very much similar to your Android operating system, where like Android is the base operating system, and out of that many mobile phone vendors have created their own UI frameworks on the top of it. So similarly, Linux also have, there is Ubuntu Linux also. So Linux, the base kernel of the operating system is Linux, and based on Linux there are many operating system, like many UI frameworks which run on the top of Linux, or many distributions based on the top of Linux operating system. So Linux is basically free and open source operating system, whereas Windows and Mac OS, both of these are paid and closed source operating system. Now let's talk about the second part of your question, that which operating system is used by programmers and web developers and why. So as far as I know, most of the developers or programmers in India, by most I mean around 60 to 70% of the programmers or developers use Windows operating system in India, because that is what is provided to them by their companies. So usually, and also Windows operating, laptops based on Windows operating systems are very much prevalent in Indian, you can say IT industry, or in general also. Like even if a common user goes to buy a laptop, he buys a Windows laptop because they are cheaper. They start from a range of around 20,000 rupees to go up to like lakhs, 10 lakhs and all those. Whereas Mac operating system based laptops or MacBooks are basically very costly. They start from around 60 to 70,000 rupees. So it is very, you can say Mac operating system is used by elite class people. So mainly Mac OS like Mac Air or mostly MacBook Air or like small MacBooks are used by salespeople to show off, and then MacBook Pros and other things are used by designers and all, because it has, like most of the Macs has very vibrant screens. So it has very vibrant colors and all the screens. So usually video editors or like YouTube creators like me, we use MacBook. Also, if somebody is developing applications for iPhones, then it's a restriction for them to use MacBooks. But when we talk about web developers, mostly they use Windows based systems because they are cheaply available and provided by their companies. Next question is from Priyanshu Raj. He's asking, how do I find an organization or company for which I can develop apps or websites with my skills? I want to work for free and help others. Priyanshu, a few days back there was a documentary on, I think, Netflix, where they said that if you are getting a product for free, then you are the product, or if you are using the product for free, then you are the product. So something related to that usually people are a bit skeptical using free resources because they think that there is some kind of catch in it. The same way, no company or organization will give you work for doing anything for free, because in that way they will think that of course you are there for learning, because they don't think that you are good in developing applications. That's the reason you are asking for free job. If you are really that talented, then you will of course ask for money. So in my opinion, if you really want to work with a company or an organization, then probably update your resume and showcase your knowledge and find a paid job. But if you really want to help others, as you have mentioned in other part of your question that you want to work for free and help others, then in my opinion, rather than searching for organizations, you can contribute to open source project. Even you can contribute to popular frameworks, like all the popular frameworks right now are open source. So be it Angular, be it Flutter, be it .NET, be it .NET 5, be it Blazor, be it ASP.NET, be it C Sharp, be it Xamarin, all of these frameworks are open source. And as an open source framework, anybody can contribute to these frameworks. Of course, they have to raise a pull request for that contribution, and it has to be approved by the team. But again, it's similar to working for free, because here you are not applying for a job. So what you can do is, whatever language or whatever you can say skill you know about, you can find a open source application or open source project of that particular language and then contribute to that project. You can go to the GitHub repository of that project. You can see the open issues which people has raised. You can pick any on one of those issues. You can raise a PR related to that issue, that you have fixed that issue. By that you will be of course helping that product vendor or that open source application vendor, and you will also be gaining name and fame that you are a contributor to an open source project. So in my opinion, the best way for helping others and working for free is to contribute to an open source project in the technology which you are proficient at, rather than looking for a job in any company or organization. Next question is from Niranjan. He's asking, if a product-based company is offering 4.5 lakhs per annum for software engineer role, whereas a service-based company is offering 6 lakhs per annum for the same role, which company should I go for as a fresher? Niranjan, there are many factors involved in choosing the right answer for this question. The first factor would be brand value of both the product-based and service-based company. So, is the product-based company just a small product-based company, whereas the service-based company is a good big service-based company? If that is the scenario, then of course join the service-based company. But if the product-based company is a well-established product-based company with very good funding and valuation, and you see your future growth in that particular product-based company, and it gives you a good brand value. For example, if the product-based company is Flipkart or if the product-based company is Amazon, then although both of these are productized service-based companies, but anyways, like software development in there is a product, basically they are developing for themselves. So if the company is any one of these two company or any other big company, product-based company like Google, so in that scenario, of course, go for these kind of companies, because they will give you a good brand value in the beginning of your career itself. So you have to first analyze the brand value of both of these companies, that which one of these has bigger brand value. If a small startup working in a particular like a small co-working space, and you have an offer for a mid-level service-based company, be it Global Logic or be it Infogain or be it other companies, good service-based companies, I would say, then in that scenario, I would say that go for the service-based companies, because there you will get the opportunity to learn, and most of the service-based companies basically train their freshers for whatever technology or whatever kind of work they are doing. So first of all, see the brand value of the product-based company and the service-based company. The second factor is you, or I would say the most important factor is you. What are your long-term goals and what are your long-term aspirations? So decide that thing also. There is a reason in all of the employment forms for freshers. It's written, the HR asks the question that where do you see yourself in next 5 years? I mean, most of the time HR asks this question to everybody whenever they are hiring someone in either a fresher or a junior level or a mid-level job. So they ask that where do you see yourself in next 5 years? So ask this question to yourself, sit with yourself and note down the answer to this, that where do you see yourself in next 5 years? So what are your priorities? What are your learnings? And which of these companies is giving the opportunity to get there? So find out that thing. I think that would be the most important, rather than brand value. Brand value comes after this, but this is the most important thing, that identify what is like which of these company, be it product based company or be it service based company, will help you in achieving your long term goals. And then the final factor would be to calculate the CTC, not only the package like 4.5 lakhs package written on the offer letter. Calculate the complete CTC, like what all benefits both of these companies are giving. Most of the time some companies include the benefits which they are giving as a part of the CTC to make the package hefty. So you might need to see the complete bifurcation or complete division or breakup of the salary which they are offering you, to understand that how much salary you are actually going to get in hand. So you need to calculate in both the scenario, be it product based company or be it your service based company. You can you need to ask for whole salary breakup to understand that how much money you are getting in hand, and then decide on the basis of that also. So the three main factors would be, the first one would be your long-term goals, the second one would be the brand value of the company, and the third one would be CTC breakup or enhanced salary what you are getting. So based on all these factors, you need to decide that which one should you go for as a fresher. So these were my answers to your tech and career related queries in this episode of Techie Tuesdays. If you want your questions to be featured in next episode of Techie Tuesdays, you can DM me your questions with hashtag Techie Tuesdays on any social media platform. All my social media handles are Techie Rathor. I hope you like my answers, and if you like my answers, then please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends, family and colleagues. So until my next video, take care. Bye bye.